He was brilliant in every way. And one way we witness his sallallahu alaihi wasallam's brilliance is in his interpersonal emotional intelligence. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was aware of the emotional changes and the inner states of those that he interacted with. People with a high interpersonal intelligence are people that can notice shifts and changes within other people. They notice the mood changes and the feelings that others are going through. And they can even pinpoint often the sources from which these feelings are coming. It is narrated by Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha that one time the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sleeping next to her and he was tossing and turning. This wasn't normal, so she said, "Ya Rasulullah, what ails you? What bothers you?" And he said, "I can't stop thinking about the prisoners, that perhaps they're bound too tightly. Perhaps we should go and check on them." In another incident, the Prophet ﷺ had a good friend. His name was Zuhair, and he was someone that came from the outskirts to Medina, and he used to sell his goods in Medina. One day he was sitting at his table where he was selling goods, and the Prophet ﷺ came up behind him and he hugged him. And he said, "Man yashtari minni hadha al-abd." He said, "Who wants to buy this person from me?" He was joking with his friend. In that moment, an emotional signal was sent. And the Prophet ﷺ's emotional intelligence perceived it. Zuhair in that moment, he goes, "Idan tajiduni kasid ya Rasulullah." If you try to sell me, you won't get much for me. I'm not worth a lot. And here we see the perception he had. He noticed a man who was not aware of his own self-worth. And he chose to do something about that. The Prophet ﷺ, he turns him around. He looks him in the eye and he says to him, "Bal anta ghali inda Allah." No, you are priceless in the sight of God. Again, brothers and sisters, and his understanding of other people and the emotional changes of other people, we witness that he was brilliant in every way.